Hello everyone, it is great to see you here once again on Dee's Delights. Today we are going to be making oatmeal cream pies. Yes, these are going to be better than the Little Debbie snack cakes. Do you know that Little Debbie came out with these in 1960? It was their first Little Debbie snack cakes. So we're going to make them here 60 years later, actually 61 years later. We're going to make them and we're going to see if we can make them just a wee bit better. So let's get started. You're going to need a lot of ingredients for this, but it's going to be worth it. And whatever I can't eat tonight, I'm going to freeze. So I can just take them out individually, store them in the freezer for up to 3 months, and you can have a Little Debbie snack cake anytime you want. So for this recipe, you are going to need 1 3/4 cups plus 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of quick oats, and you're going to slightly grind those in a food processor. I'm going to put them in my baby food processor. 2 teaspoons of cocoa powder, 1 1/2 teaspoons of cornstarch, 1 teaspoon baking powder, 3/4 teaspoon salt, 1/2 teaspoon baking soda, 3/4 teaspoon cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon ground nutmeg, 1/4 teaspoon ground ginger, 1/2 cup of butter softened, 1/2 cup of shortening unflavored, 1 1/4 cups of granulated sugar, 2 1/2 tablespoons of molasses, 2 eggs, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1/8 teaspoon of coconut extract. I do not have coconut, so I'm going to be using almond extract instead. And red and yellow gel food coloring is optional. For the icing, you are going to need 1/2 cup of butter softened, 1 1/2 cups of powdered sugar, 1/4 cup shortening, once again, unflavored, and 7 ounces of marshmallow fluff. I got the jet puffed. Excellent. So I'm going to get all of my ingredients ready, measured out. In the meantime, go ahead and preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Get a stand mixer out. It's going to be easier, but if you don't have a stand mixer, you can use a handheld mixer too. So first what we'll do in a mixing bowl is we'll mix together the flour. This is a 3/4 cup, this is 1 cup, and then I put 1 little tablespoon on top of each. 1 cup of quick oats slightly ground in a food processor. I got my 1 cup here. I'm going to do 1/2 cup at a time, and I'm just going to do it slightly. Add 2 teaspoons of cocoa powder. I always like Hershey's. Cornstarch, you'll need 1 1/2 teaspoons, which is equivalent to 1/2 tablespoon. 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 3/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, 1/4 teaspoon of ground ginger, and 3/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. So let's go ahead and mix all that together. So which is your favorite Little Debbie snack cake? I always like the Swiss cake rolls. I mean, I like the oatmeal pies, but the Swiss cake rolls have always been one of my favorites. Okay, next, in the bowl of an electric stand mixer, fit it with a paddle attachment, which I have here. Whip together butter, which is 1/2 cup, which would be 8 tablespoons. Make sure that's softened. We want to mix in the 1/2 cup of shortening, non-flavored, no butter flavor, no nothing, just plain old, I'm using Crisco shortening. Granulated sugar, which is 1 1/4 cups, and 2 1/2 tablespoons of molasses. So we're going to put that on medium-high speed until pale and fluffy, about 2 minutes. Next, we're going to stir in the eggs. Let's go ahead and mix in our teaspoon of vanilla extract. Let's scrape down the sides a little bit, get everything mixed in there good. Let's slowly add our flour. I added 3 drops of red food coloring, the gel, and 4 drops of yellow. It said to use slightly more yellow. There again, you'll want to use the gel. Don't substitute the gel for the regular liquid. Line a cookie sheet with parchment paper. All right, we're going to use about 2 tablespoons. I'm going to take this out. That food coloring did give it a little bit different color. That's good. That is excellent, actually. Excellent. Go ahead and put about 2 tablespoons, and then we'll shape it into little balls. We're going to bake these for about 10 to 12 minutes. You'll still want the cookies to be soft. They don't want to be fully set, so start checking them at 10 minutes. Mine took 12 minutes because they were so big, so I'm going to let them cool for a few moments on the cookie sheet, then I'll transfer them to a rack. And I'll get started on my next batch. I may try to make the next batch just a wee bit smaller because these were bigger than I had anticipated. Go ahead and have your stand mixer cleaned out because now we're going to make the marshmallow buttercream filling. So we're going to go ahead and use the same attachment, the paddle attachment. Whip butter and shortening on medium-high speed until pale and fluffy. So I'm going to go ahead and put my softened butter, which is 1/2 cup, and our 1/4 cup of shortening. 1½ cups of powdered sugar. That's turning out pretty good now. I'm going to scrape down the sides. Let's go ahead and add the marshmallow cream. Yep, they're still good. 12 minutes seems to be about the right amount of time. These are just a little bit smaller. This is going to make about 13 with the size I made. This person says 15, so mine are pretty close to the size they need to be. So go ahead and mix your frosting now with your spoon to get everything mixed in there. You're not going to want to overdo it on the frosting, so let's just put a little bit in. Rub it around. Put that together, and voila. That's good. They have a little bit of a crunch to them. I like them. I'm gonna have to give this to Doug, because I'm gonna stand here and eat the whole darn thing. How sad is that? Doug ate half of it. Very good. You could also make the cookies in advance and then ice them right before you use them. So thanks for joining me here once again on Dee's Delights. Have a great week, everyone. See you soon.